the program now. I invite Dr. Khalid to recite few verses from Holy Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. جزاك الله العليم.
Now I invite Dr. A. Mohammed Ismail, Coordinator DPT Star Program, for welcome and introduction of the chief guest. Amy sir.
Yes. The most honorable secretary and correspondent, revered treasurer, most respected assistant secretary, respected principal, vice principal, additional vice principal, respected chief guest Dr. M. Alagappan sir, directors, controller of examinations, dean of arts, dean of science, dean of research, convener, head in charge of mathematics department, heads of various departments, faculty members of our department and other departments, other college and school faculty members, a very good morning to everyone. I feel privileged to extend my warm and cordial welcome to all present in this faculty improvement program through Zoom platform, even in a COVID-19 pandemic situation. On behalf of the mathematics department, I am very happy to extend a warm and cordial welcome our honorable secretary and correspondent, Dr. A.K. Kaza Nazimuddin Sahib, our treasurer Haji M.J. Jamal Muhammad Sahib, and our assistant secretary, Dr. K. Abdul Samad Sahib. I delighted to welcome our chief guest, Dr. M. Alagappan, assistant professor and head, Department of Mathematics and Controller of Examinations, Yadava College, Madurai. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
I am very happy. I am very much happy to welcome our hard-working, ever-smile, and dedicated principal, Dr. S. Ismail Mohideen, sir. I welcome you, sir. I welcome the vice principal, additional vice principal, bursar, and the dynamic directors of this faculty improvement program. I am very happy to welcome all the staff members of our department and faculty members of various colleges and schools. Our resource person, Dr. M. Alagappan, assistant professor of mathematics and the control of examinations, Yadava College, did his bachelor degree, master degree, and the doctorate degree in Madurai Kamarajar University in the year 1993, 95, and 96 respectively. His research area is bipolar valued fuzzy R open sets in bipolar valued topological spaces. SAR published many research articles in various reputed national and international journals. SAR attended many seminars, conferences, and workshops all over India. Dr. Anbalagan sir contributed many community services through Red Ribbon Club, Red Cross Society, etc. SAR organized 3 intercollegiate meets conducted by Yadava College, Madurai, and coordinated more than 10 programs. SAR is a life member in Indian Mathematical Society and the Madurai University Teachers Association. Eventually, Dr. Anbalagan sir is a good academician, good researcher, holding many positions. This is the brief introduction of our resource person, Dr. M. Alagappan sir. Once again, I welcome all of you. Participants are eagerly waiting and they extract knowledge from our resource person. I hope all of you, this FYP is very full to you, very useful to us. Now I invite Our resource person, Dr. M. Alagappan sir, Assistant Professor and Head, the Controller of Examination, Yadava College, Madurai, to deliver a lecture on advances in linear algebra and differential equations. Please, sir. Now the session hand over to Zahir Hussain, sir.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, sir.
Thanks for your nice introduction and welcome address. I thank the management, the principal, and faculty members of Department of Mathematics, especially Professor Prasanna, for inviting me to this webinar. Thank you so much. Shall we start, sir?
Yes, sir.
Today's topic is linear algebra, advances in linear algebra. So linear algebra, we start with vectors, because linear algebra majorly consists of vectors, matrices, and a system of simultaneous equations and all. So we will start with vectors. We define the vectors in two different ways. Number one is list of numbers with subscripts. List of numbers with subscription. Usually, suppose let us take the weight of 5 students in a class: 150, 165, 162, 157, and 160. So the weight of 5 students. Here, all the values we denoted by a single variable, that is W, weight. Okay. But we have the different subscripts. So we denote all the values by a single variable. Each subscript denotes the position of the values in the list. Okay. So here each one is scalar. Here let us take W is equal to 150, 165, or otherwise I can take W1, W2, W3, W4, W5. Okay. So this is called linear array. Or otherwise we call it as vectors. So simply we can say that this suffix, each subscript denotes the position of the list. Simply we can say that this is a vector. Okay. Now, in vector in physics, let us take the temperature and speed. These both quantities possesses the magnitudes. Here, again I am considering force and velocity. Here, these two quantities possesses the magnitude as well as the vectors. So magnitude in the sense length. So we have to calculate this magnitude. Definitely we should have a reference point. Then only we can calculate the length. So therefore, here this is a vector. W is equal to W1, W2, W3. This is the vector in which each one values, each W1, W2, W3 are scalars. That is most important. Here force and velocity. Force is a vector, velocity is a vector. This only possessing a magnitude only. Okay. So now we know that the famous space R3 we have. Okay, famous space R3 we have. I am taking one vector. Suppose the vector u is equal to 1, 2, 3. The vector u is equal to 1, 2, 3. So how we find the direction, that is length? How we find the magnitude and direction? Okay. Now this is very simple. Okay. So here let us take, this is the point. Suppose this is 1, 2, 3. This is the point P. This is the vector. So for defining this, we should have a reference point. That point is O. So usually we call it as a position vector. Usually we call this. So again I am telling you, this is the vector. 1, 2, 3 is the vector. So this first one represents the first coordinate. This is second coordinate. This is the third coordinate. So therefore, definitely this represents the position of the thing. Okay. Now this is the, so this vector. What is the magnitude of this vector? What is the direction? Okay. So direction from the O. So this is nothing but a direction. Okay. Magnitude is sense. So this is O. So the length is nothing but magnitude. Length. So therefore, norm U, or otherwise we can say that mod U. So this is the length. Okay. So therefore, for defining the vector, we should have a reference point, that is fixed point, or we call it as a position vector. Okay. This is most important. Then the same R3. Okay. Suppose I have two vectors, A vector and B vector, or otherwise I can take U vector and B vector. I am going to define a dot product. U dot, the dot product, U vector dot B vector, U vector dot B vector. Okay. Now, dot product in the sense, suppose U is equal to U1, U2, U3, V is equal to V1, V2, V3. This is a vector, already we defined. This is also a vector. The dot product is nothing but U vector dot V vector is nothing but U1, V1 plus U2, V2 plus U3, V3. That's all. So this dot product in the sense, we are taking the inner product. We are taking the inner product. Only we taking the magnitude value only we are taking. Understood? So therefore, this is called inner product or dot product or scalar product. Dot product or scalar product or dot product. So what is that why we need to find the dot product? In our everyday life, we have a list of groceries, bill of groceries. Okay. In this bill, whatever things we purchased, whatever quantity we purchased, the unit price is there, then the total cost will be there. Total cost will be there. Suppose quantity 1, we purchased 3 items. Each quantity is rupees T1 cost. Here is another quantity 2. So therefore this is Q1, this is Q2, this is C1, this is Q3, this is C3, etc. Suppose we purchased only 3 quantities, that is 3 varieties. Accordingly, the quantities are Q1, Q2, Q3. Okay. Now, this is the vector. Now this is the vector because the vector is nothing but what? Q1, Q2, Q3. So this is the vector. Okay. So this is a horizontal array. Let us write it in a vertical form. Let us write it in vertical form. This is also a vector, and it is called column vector. So similarly, simply we are going to purchase three products. Q1, Q2, Q3 are quantities. C1, C2, C3 are unit price. Then multiplying this and that. This is the cost of the first product. This is the cost of the second product. This is the cost of the third product. And adding all those things, you will be getting the total cost. You will be getting the total cost. Q1, C1, Q2, C2, Q3, C3. So therefore, if you add all those things, you will be getting the total cost. This is nothing but, this is the column vector. This is also a column vector. If you take a third product, you will be getting the total cost. So this is the application of third product. In our day-to-day life, every day, we are seeing that. Hereafter, whatever we find the bill, so this is a vector, this is also a vector. If you take a third product, you will be getting the total cost. You have to see like that. Okay. So then, this is a third product. Then, similarly, suppose U is a vector, V is a vector. What about U plus V? Addition of 2 vectors. Addition of 2 vectors is nothing but, suppose this is a vector U, this is a vector V, this is a vector V. Okay, U vector, V vector. U plus V is also a vector. Suppose this is 2, 3, 4 or something like that. This is 1, 4, 5 or something like that. If you add it, U vector plus V vector. So therefore 3, 7, 9. So therefore you will be getting one point here. This point is 3, 7, 9. So again adding these 2 vectors, again it will be a vector. So again the position vector passing through the origin. So therefore this is a vector. So therefore, so the direction is this, and the length magnitude is the distance between this point to this point, length. And also this addition vector, this vector also along the diagonal of the direction along the diagonal of the parallelogram. Diagonals of the parallelogram. Okay. If you form the parallelogram using these 2 sides, okay, you'll be getting the parallelogram. That U plus V, that the direction along the diagonal of the parallelogram. That is most important. This is U vector plus V. Then the important concept is cross product. It is a cross product. Cross product is nothing but This product is a special operator. This product is a special operator. Okay, and it is defined on R cube only. R cube only. Otherwise, I can say that cross product is not defined in R power n if n is not equal to 3. If you have any space other than R power 3, the cross product will not be existent. Will not exist. Understood? So therefore, this is most important. Here I can take a special vector, that is I vector. I vector is nothing but I is nothing but 1, 0, 0. J is nothing but 0, 1, 0. K is equal to 0, 0, 1. K is equal to 0, 0, 1. So this is only in R power 3. This is a special operator. Okay, so this is a special operator defined only on R power 3. That is most important. Here, A U vector cross V vector is again a vector. How that direction will be? How that direction will be? Here, this is U vector. This is V vector. U cross V is nothing but a vector which is perpendicular to U vector and V vector. Okay, so U cross V is a vector which is perpendicular to U vector and V vector, and this U vector cross V vector is defined by the determinant of I, J, K, U1, U2, U3, V1, V2, V3. Again, it is a vector. Understood? So now, this is a perpendicular to U dot V. So therefore, if you take a dot product U vector cross V vector, with U vector is equal to 0 because of perpendicular. Similarly, this is also 0. So one more thing is the length of the U cross V vector. This is the U cross V vector. The direction is perpendicular to the U vector and V vector. So the length, magnitude is nothing but length of this vector, length of the U cross V vector. The length of U cross V vector is equal to, the most important, the length of U vector cross V vector is equal to area of a parallelogram, formed by this U vector and V vector, U vector and V vector. So this area, so therefore this area, okay, so this is U vector, this is V vector. So this area, the area of this is equal to, the area of this parallelogram is equal to length of the U vector cross V vector. So that is most important. So this is the cross product. So this I vector along, I in the sense this is equal to point. So this is 1, 0, 0. So this is nothing but I vector. This vector along x-axis. Similarly, J vector. So 0, 1, 0. Here is J. So this is J vector along y-axis. K vector along z-axis. Okay. Now, then I am moving into a vector space. Now I am moving into a vector space. Okay. Here, you know that P is a non-empty set and K is a field. K is a field. Usually we take either or the set of complex number is a field. The set of real number is also a field. Okay. So in general, I am taking K. K is a field. Usually we denote all the elements of K are scalars. So here the elements of V are called vectors. The elements of V are called vectors. We know that what is vector. Vector is a linear array or horizontal array or vertical array, column vector. Okay, good. Now, this vector space, this non-empty set is said to be a vector space. This non-empty set is said to be a vector space. Number one is B comma plus is an abelian group. That you know that B comma plus is an abelian group. So therefore, vector addition is defined here. Vector addition exists, and that one more operation, scalar multiplication. One more operation is scalar multiplication. So scalar multiplication is a function from the field K into vector space into vector space. Okay. So this is the scalar multiplication. So if you take any element in V, if you take any element in K, if you multiply one scalar, one vector, you multiply it, again it will be in V. Okay. So therefore vector addition, scalar multiplication, two the most important operations defined. Okay. So then this scalar multiplication satisfies, this scalar multiplication satisfies the four conditions. Satisfy the four conditions that you know that. What? You know that. What is that? Alpha times of U plus V, A plus B times of U, AB of U is equal to A of BB. So, and 1 into V is equal to V. All the things are in, you know that. So therefore, scalar multiplication, vector addition and scalar multiplication satisfies some conditions. Then this non-empty set is called a vector space over a field K. Over a field K. Now, because for defining scalar multiplication, we should have a field. So without field, we will not define vector space. Without field, so therefore without field, we will not define a vector space. So therefore, always vector space always come with a over a field. Okay. So now, what? These are you know very well that what is vector space. What are the examples of vector space? What are the examples of vector space over a field? Everybody very familiar with R power n. Everybody is very familiar with R power n. You start with R, R squared, R cubed, etc. Over a field R, real number, over a field R. Here, R power n is a vector space over R. R power n is a vector space over R. And therefore, for all n, C power n is a vector space. C power n is a vector space over again R. Okay. And R is a vector space. R is a vector space over Q. Q is a field. Q is a field. But Q is not a vector space. over R. Similarly, R is a vector space, R is not a vector space over C, because the scalar multiplication does not exist here. Because if you take one rational number, irrational number here, if you take one rational one element here, if you multiply it, definitely again it will be an irrational number. Irrational number does not belong to Q. So therefore, scalar multiplication, there is a problem with the scalar multiplication. So therefore, K is not a vector space over R. Okay. So this is important. Another thing is, so in the real number system, R is a vector space over Q, R is a vector space over R, C is a vector space over R, C is a vector space over. Okay. So then P of T, the collection of all polynomials, with coefficients from F. The collection of all polynomial with coefficients from F. This is also an example of a vector space. Similarly, Pn of T is also a collection of polynomial of degree less than or equal to n. This is again a vector space over a field R. Okay, over a field R. Then matrix of that set of all matrix, the collection of all matrix of order m by n is also a vector space over a field R. So you can see very well that whatever I told here, everything P of T, Pn of T, everything with respect to addition is an abelian group. Everything, yeah, all the sets have identity element, identity inverse, everything is there. Okay, so therefore we can say that vector space over a field. Yeah. Then I will move into the linear combination. That is most important. Linear combination. Let V belongs to a vector space V is V. V is a linear combination of V is a linear combination of U1, U2, UM, again belongs to V. V is said to be a linear combination. Okay, V is said to be a linear combination of U1, U2, UM belongs to V if there exists a scalar. There exists a scalars A1, A2, etc. AM belongs to where the field K, such that this V is equal to A1 U1 plus A2 U2 plus etc. AM UM. So therefore, if you take any element that is a linear combinations of certain vectors, then when we will say that if there exists scalars, A1, A2, A3, AM belongs to K, such that E is equal to this. We are familiar with this. Now, alternatively, I am taking again this V belongs to V. V is a linear combinations of U1, U2, UM belongs to V. If there is a solution, to the equation. there is a solution to the equation P is equal to x1 u1 plus x2 u2 plus etc. xm um. Okay. Both the definitions are same. Both the definitions are same. Here, this equation has solution. Then only we can say that this V is a linear combination. Suppose this equation has no solutions. This equation has no solutions. Suddenly we say that this vector cannot be expressed as a linear combination of these vectors u1, u2, u3. Okay, this is most important. So for the linear combinations, we need a correspondingly we will have a system of linear equations. The system accordingly, the system is consistent. Our system has solution. We can write it as a linear combination. Otherwise, we will not write. That is most important. So hereafter, you will see this definition only. Alternatively, I am writing it here. This x1, this x2, this xm are scalars, unknown scalars. This x1, this x2, this xm are unknown scalars. Unknown scalars. So we'll see one example for this. This is most important. That's why I'm telling you. Here, suppose V is equal to, let V is equal to 3, 7 minus 4. U1 is equal to 1, 2, 3. U2 is equal to 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 6. U3 is equal to 3, 5, 6. Let us take a vector space. Let us take a vector space R cube. The field is also R. K is also R. Now, I am going to express this vector. Is a linear combinations of U1, U2, U3. Okay. So when we say that this vector is a linear combinations of these three vectors, so the linear equation V is equal to x1 u1 plus x2 u2 plus x3 u3. Suppose this system has a solution, then we can write this V is a linear combinations of u1, u2, u3. Otherwise, V cannot be expressed as a linear combination. So here, the same thing. So V is nothing but 3, 7, minus 4. X1 is unknown scalar. Therefore, x1 into u1 is 1, 2, 3 plus x2 into u2 is 2, 3, 6 plus x3 into u3 3, 5, 6. So this I can write. 3 is equal to x1 plus 2x2 plus 3x3. Okay, you know that the addition, you know that. So the 2 points are equal, 2 vectors are equal, the corresponding coordinates are equal. So therefore, you will be getting what? 7. 7 is equal to what? 2x1 plus 3x2 plus 5x3. So then minus 4, which is equal to 3x1 plus 6x2 plus 6x3. Okay. So for expressing a vector is a linear combinations of these three vectors, immediately we are getting the system of linear equations. The same thing also I can write the matrix 1, 2, 3, Here is 2, 3, 5. Here is 3, 6, 6 into x1, x2, x3. Again, which is equal to the given vector 3, 7, minus 4. 3, 7, minus 4. So this is a row vector, this is a column vector. The same thing I am writing. Both the things will be same. So here, again I can write Ax is equal to B. Ax is equal to B. Again, I can rewrite this definition that, again, restate the definition that a vector V is said to be a linear combinations of U1, U2, U3 if Ax is equal to B has a solution. Very simple. If Ax is equal to B has a solution. Okay. So therefore, here the most important thing is this system involves. Okay. This system involves, there are a lot of ways to find solve the solution. There are a lot of ways. Here, this is matrix A, this is matrix B. We can get the augmented matrix A comma B. We can find the rank. Before that, I am telling you that suppose the system is consistent, the system has solution. The system is inconsistent, the system has no solution. Suppose the system is consistent, there are two kinds of solutions. Number one is unique solution, another one is infinite solution. Another one is infinite solution, that is most important. So therefore, this is the system. System consists of, this is consistent, this is inconsistent. Okay. So here there are two things. So this is unique, this is infinite, this is no solution. This is a structure. Okay. And solving this system, we can have by using the rank of a matrix also, we can say that. So there are, you know that there are various methods. So suppose the system has no solutions, definitely this B cannot be expressed as a linear. Then spanning set. Then spanning set. The vectors U1, U2, etc., Um belongs to V is said to span V, is said to span V, is said to span V if for each B in V is a linear combination of U1, U2, U3, etc. This is the spanning of a set. Okay. Here, the same thing I am alternatively I am saying that for each element, if there is a solution for Ax, the same thing. For each V belongs to V is a linear combinations of U1, U2, U3, etc. Um. Already we discussed. So therefore, when we say that these vectors, when we say that this vector are called span V. So therefore, let us take this S is equal to U1, U2, etc. Um. Okay. So this is said the set of all linear combinations of U1, U2, U3, Um is equal to V in the sense span. So similarly, I can say that for each V in V, there is a linear combination. For each V in E, there is a linear combination. So therefore, the set of all linear combinations of finite set of elements, the set of all linear combinations of finite set of elements is equal to the whole vector space, equal to the whole vector space is called span, is called span V. Alternatively, if every element there is a system, for each element there is a system, that system should have a solution. The system should have a solution. Understood? So therefore, this is the span. Then I can say that, what about this span? 0 belongs to this span. Span of S. Definitely 0 belongs to span of S. Now because each element of V is a vector space, V is an abelian group. So definitely 0 belongs to V. So therefore, this 0 is also can be expressed as linear combinations 0 U1 plus 0 U2 plus etc. 0 UM. So this is also linear combinations of this. So therefore, this all the things belongs to the span of S. Therefore, 0 belongs to span of S. After some time, I am going to say that this span is also a subspace. I'll tell you little later. Okay. So now, this is the meaning of span. This is the meaning of span. Now, suppose U1, U2, U3, UM span V. Suppose I am taking another vector W. Suppose I am taking another vector W, comma U1, U2, etc. UM. If you add one vector in this set S, again this vector span V. Again this vector span V. This is most important. If you add one more vector W, again this vector span V. Okay. One more thing is, suppose one of the vector is 0. One of the vector is 0. If you without this 0, suppose U1, U2, U3, etc. UM. Okay. Suppose one of these vectors, suppose for example, in the U3 is equal to 0. Again, I can say that without U3, U1, U2, U4 are again these vectors span V. This vector span V. Understood? So similarly, I can say that. So any one of the vector is a multiple of some other vector. One of the vector is a multiple of some other vector. So again, suppose Vk is the multiple of some other vector. Without this Vk, again the remaining vectors again span V. Understood? So therefore, these are all the things of spanning of a set. Okay. Then I am coming to the subspace. Let V be the vector space over a field F. Let V be the vector space over a field F. Let W is a subset of V. Let W is a subset of V. W itself is a vector space over the same field R or F K. Then this W is a subspace. Then no need to check all the conditions. We have to check only two conditions. Suppose 0 belongs to W and AU plus BV belongs to W. You know that very well. So if these two conditions satisfied, then this W is a subspace. Example of subspace. Now let us take R cube. Let's take R cube. I am take the R cube, you know very well that R cube, you know that. Then the W is equal to the set of all A comma B comma C such that A is equal to B is equal to C. Okay, R cube, you know that spatial vector. Here W is equal to A, B, C, A is equal to B is equal to C. So definitely this is a vector space, subspace. Because definitely 0, 0, 0, because A, B, C, A equal to B is equal to, definitely for all A, B belongs to where? The field scalar multiplication. So therefore automatically 0 exists. Similarly, alpha times of this is equal to alpha A, alpha B, alpha C. Again alpha A equal to alpha B equal to alpha C. Therefore, this is subspace. Okay, then number 1. Number 2 is, now only I told that the span of any vector, the span of vectors Ui, the span of vectors Ui is also a subspace. This is also a subspace. Okay, because already I told that 0 belongs to span. If you take any scalar, any element from this span, any element from this span means what? The collection of all linear combinations of Ui's. If you multiply with any linear combinations with this scalar, again it will be a linear combinations. Again it will be that. Addition of two linear combinations are also linear combinations. So therefore this is also important. So this is the subspace. Okay. Then vector space, then subspace, then square, then basis, then basis. This is most important. Basis. Okay. A set S is equal to V1, V2, Vm or Vn is said to be a basis. Before going into basis, the most important concept is linear dependence. Linear dependence and linear independence. Dependence, linear independence. Okay. Vectors, you know very well that now the vectors u1, u2, etc. um, the vectors belongs to V are said to be linearly independent. It will be linearly dependent. The vectors u1, u2, um belongs to V are said to be linearly dependent. If there exists a scalar, there exists a scalar a1, a2, etc. an, not all zero, such that a1 e1 plus a2 b2 plus etc. an bn is equal to 0. Okay. So at least one ai is non-zero. At least one ai is non-zero. Okay. So this you know that Again, alternatively, I can say that. Again, alternatively, I can say that the vectors are said to be linearly dependent if these vectors are said to be linearly dependent if the system of equation. What is the system? Ax is equal to 0. Here Ax is equal to 0. This system of equation has non-zero solution. Has a non-zero solution. So this is very interesting. When we say that these vectors are linearly dependent, instead of seeing that Ax is equal to 0 has a non-zero solutions, immediately we can say that this is linearly dependent. Okay. Then this is nothing but a system of equation A1 B1. So again, this is A, this is X, this is 0. Okay. Again, I can say that. Therefore, this alternatively, this equation is what? X1 B1 plus X2 B2 plus etc. Xn Bn is equal to 0. Alternatively, these vectors are linearly dependent. There exists a solution of this non-zero solution of this equation. There exists a non-zero solution of this equation. Otherwise, this equation has a non-zero solution. Both things are same. Here, all the equations, x1 is 0, x2 is 0, x3 is 0, xn is equal to 0, are definitely this 0 is all the zeros are solutions of this equation. Definitely enough because this is the equation. Put x1, x2. So therefore, this equation always has zero solution. Very simple. This equation always has zero solution. Okay. And suppose this equation has only the zero solution. Suppose this equation has only the zero solution, then this vector is said to be linearly independent. Okay. So suppose this system has only one zero solution, the system is linearly independent. Suppose there's a non-zero solution, at least one non-zero solution there, then vectors are called linearly dependent vector. Linearly dependent vector. That is most important. Linearly dependent and linearly independent. Okay. Here, the vectors V1, V2, V3, Vn. Okay. Here, in this vector, at least one of them is 0. One of them is 0. So this vector definitely linearly dependent. Okay. One of them is 0. It is linearly dependent. Why? Suppose V3 is equal to 0. 1 into V3 plus 0 into V2 plus 0 into V1 plus 0 into V4 plus etc. 0 into Vn is equal to 0. Because all the terms 0, V3 is also 0. So therefore, the solution is nothing but what? 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. This is the solution. So this is the non-zero solution. Okay. So therefore, immediately we say that these vectors these vectors are linearly dependent. Similarly, suppose any one of the vector is a linear combinations of some other vector, linear combinations of some other vector, or two vectors are equal, or two vectors are equal, or one vector is a multiple of another vector. In all the cases, immediately we can say that these vectors are linearly dependent. Vectors are linearly dependent. Okay, then any subset is linearly dependent, the whole set is also linearly dependent. Linearly dependent. Suppose this vector or all this vector, the set of vectors is linearly independent. Linearly independent. Any subset of linearly independent vector is also a linearly independent. That is most important. If you take any subset of a linearly independent set, the subset is also linearly independent. If you take any subset which is linearly dependent, that whole set will become a linearly dependent. Linearly dependent. That is most important. Then, now I am coming to basis. I can give many examples. For lack of time, I will move into the basis. Basis. The set S is equal to V1, V2, etc. Vn. The set consists of n elements. This set is said to be basis. Said to be basis. Okay, said to be basis. Number one, S is linearly independent. What is the set linearly independent? If the vectors are linearly independent, immediately we can say that the set is linearly independent. Okay. So S is linearly independent, and so L of S, linear span of this set, is equal to L of S is equal to. Okay. So therefore, or otherwise I can say that any element of V can be uniquely expressed as a linear combinations of V1, V2, Vn. Immediately I can say that it is a basis. Basis. Understood? So therefore this is basis. Okay. So this plays a very important role. Okay. So many of us confused with what is the dimension and what is the basis and all. Here, suppose V is a vector space. S is a subset. V1, V2, Vn is a basis of V. Then the number of elements in the set is called a dimension of V. Is called a dimension of V. Okay, it's called a dimension of V. Suppose any two bases of the same vector space have the same dimension. Suppose another set consisting of m elements, the sets are linearly independent, then the only possibility is m is equal to n. M is equal to n. So therefore, any two bases of a vector space have the same dimension. Okay, same. So example, R3. You know that 1, 0, 0, one vector. S consists of, there are three elements, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. This is the standard basis for R3. Okay. So this is, we can prove that this is linearly independent set. Immediately we can say that we can prove it. And linear span of S is equal to R3. If you take any element of R3, R cube 2, 3, 4. Okay. So immediately I can write 2 times of this, 3 times of this, 4 times of this, you will get this. Understood? So therefore, so this is the basis vector. So the number of basis elements is 3. So for any vector space, there many number of bases there will be a many number of bases. There will be a many number of bases, but all the bases have the same element, same number of elements. So now simply R. What is the basis for that R? R is a vector space over a R. Okay. The basis S is equal to S consists of any non-zero element. Any non-zero element is a basis. You know that a vector which is non-zero, that vector itself is a linearly independent. Okay. A vector which is non-zero, that itself is a linearly independent. Now, because if you take a linear combinations, alpha times of this U, linear combinations only one element, one vector, alpha times of 1 is equal to 0, then definitely this implies alpha is equal to 0. So therefore, linearly independent. Span. If you take alpha, the set of all alpha linear combinations of finite set of elements, the set of all linear combinations of finite set of elements, alpha belongs to the R. Therefore, again, this is nothing but R. Therefore, linear span of S is equal to linear span of S is R. Now, if you take instead of 1, if you take 2, 2 is also a basis. If you take 3, 3 is a, if you take any non-zero element, it's a basis. Suppose what will be, suppose I am taking a vector space V is equal to 0. The vector space V is equal to 0. The set consists of only one element. This is also a vector space. This is also a vector space. This is called null space. This is called the null space. Then the dimension of null space is equal to 0. The dimension of null space is equal to 0. Here R, the basis consists of only one element. So therefore, the dimension of R is equal to 1. The dimension of R squared is equal to 2. The dimension of R3 is equal to 3. The dimension of R over n is equal to n. Okay. Then what about the dimension of the matrix? The vector space consisting of all matrices, all m by n matrices. This is a vector space. What will be the dimension? So here m n number of numbers are
Sir, Alagappan sir.
Suppose m 2 by 3 matrix is there. M 2 by 3. This is a vector space.
Alagappan sir.
Yes, sir.
11:25 போல க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிரலாமாங்க சார்?
ஓகே சார், நீங்க சொல்லுங்க.
இன்னொரு 10
மினிட்ஸ்ங்க
சார்.
ஓகே, 25 முடிச்சிடலாம்.
ஓகே, நான் அவங்க அடுத்த மீட்டிங் ஷெட்யூல் பண்ணிடுவாங்களாம் சார்?
ஓகே, I'll try to complete.
Okay, thank you sir.
2 by 3. I'll make it fast. E is equal to m 2 by 3. So here the basis S is equal to number of elements. S is equal to 2 by 3 matrix. 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 2 by 3. Okay. And 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, etc. So this 1 will come in all the places. So how many possibilities? 6 possibilities. So therefore, this L of S definitely this matrix 2 by 3. If you take any matrix, that matrix can be expressed as a linear combinations of this finite set of elements. So therefore, the dimension of 2 by 3 M 2 by 3 matrix, the vector space, is 6. Similarly, P of t is equal to a set of all polynomials. What about this dimension? This is infinite. This is infinite dimension. So the dimension is 1, e square, etc. So similarly, Pn of t, this is also a polynomial, set of all polynomial of degree at most n, or less than or equal to n. So this this consists of, the dimension is n plus 1. This dimension of this vector space is n plus 1. The space is equal to 1 comma t squared etc. t power n. So totally we have n plus 1 elements. Okay. So therefore P of t, therefore matrix, then Pn of t, then so this, what about this? This is the subspace of this. Pn of t is the subspace of P of t. Span is a subspace. Understood? So therefore these are all the cases. The row space is there, column space is there. Okay, that will see that. Then the important thing is transformation. Linear transformation. Linear transformation. So a map from two vector space V into W. So there's a lot of things involved. Domain, range, codomain. Okay. So here, this transformation is said to be linear transformation if T of U plus V is equal to T of U plus T of V. Number T of alpha V is equal to alpha times of T of V. This operation addition is in V. This operation addition is in W. Okay, this addition is in W, this addition is in V. Okay, so here transformation. If it satisfies two conditions, then we say that it is linear transformation. Now I can show that T of UV is equal to T of UV is equal to T of UV is equal to U minus V, U plus 2V. This is linear transformation. This is linear transformation. You can prove that. Okay, you can take it. You can check it. Very good. Next, I am going to say that a function T of x is equal to sin x. T of x is equal to sin x. This is not a linear transformation. This is not a linear transformation because T of x1 plus x2 is equal to sin of x1 plus x2. So therefore here is not equal to sin x1 plus sin x2. You know that. Because sin of x1 plus x2 is not equal to sin of x1 plus sin of x2. Therefore this is not linear transformation. Not only that, T of x equal to x square. This is also not a linear transformation. This is also not a linear transformation. You can check it. Then f of T of x is equal to x plus 1. But this function is linear. This function is linear. But T of x1 plus x2 is equal to x1 plus x2 plus 1. So we cannot write it x1 plus 1, x2 plus 1. So therefore this is also not a linear transformation. The important thing is the function is linear, but the transformation is not linear. The transformation is not linear. Then let T be a linear transformation. Then the set of all V belongs to V such that T of V is equal to 0. T of V is equal to 0. This is nothing but kernel T. This is nothing but kernel of a transformation. This is most important. Kernel T is a subspace. We can say that very easily. Say that. Then kernel T is 1, 1. that is the linear transformation is 1, 1. If and only if kernel T is 0, kernel T is 0, I can say that suppose T is a vector space, sorry, T is a linear transformation from vector space V into W. The important transformation, that is zero transformation. Zero transformation, that is nothing but T of V is equal to V. T of V is equal to 0. T of V is equal to 0. So all the elements from the domain goes to 0. So therefore, this kernel T becomes the whole vector space. So let us consider the identity transformation. Identity transformation, T of V is equal to V, the same vector space. Understood? Now, what is kernel? Kernel T, what is kernel T? Identity transformation means each element goes to the same element. Okay. So definitely 0 only goes to 0. So therefore, 0 only element in V, that will go to 0 in W. So therefore, kernel T is equal to 0. Okay. So then, so these are all things, a lot of things are there. Kernel T, then I am going to, kernel T is a subspace, range T is there, range T is also a subspace. What is the dimension? Dimension of kernel T, dimension of kernel T is called nullity, dimension of range T is called rank of T. So then the dimension of rank T plus the dimension of nullity is equal to the dimension of domain. There are a lot of things are there. Now I am going to say something about the application. Very simple application. Find the equation ax plus by plus c passing through 2 points, 2, minus 3 or 4, very simple. Okay. So here, for finding this equation, we need linear algebra. So this is the application of linear algebra. So that means that you go to substitute this, you'll be getting one equation. You substitute this, you'll be getting another equation. Therefore, already you have ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Then you substitute it, 2x minus 3y plus c is equal to 0. Then 4x plus 5y plus c is equal to 0. If you solving these equations, you will be getting c. So for solving, we need system of linear equations. We need linear algebra. So these are all very simple, but we can use it in matrices also. So therefore, okay. So therefore, we can use this. Similarly, I can say that find the equation of circle passing through 3 points. Passing through 3 points. Okay. So now, instead of proving this, you will be taking the determinant x, y is that, sorry, x, y, 1. You consider the coefficient of a, b, c, 1. Then 2, minus 3, 1. Then 4, 5, 1. If the determinant is 0, which is a required thing. So therefore, using determinant, matrices, linear algebra. So matrices is a determinant used for solving this simultaneous the system of simultaneous equation. This system is for solving the geometry, so problem of geometry. Okay. So similarly, we can do this 3 points. The general equation is ax squared plus by squared plus cx plus by plus E is equal to 0. This is the general equation of a Cx plus Cy plus C is equal to 0. You can circle. So if you substitute 3 points, you'll be getting 4. Totally, you will be having 4 equations. Taking the determinant. So everything. So what in your day-to-day life, without linear algebra, we will not solve. Okay. Okay. I think. Hello. Excuse me.
Sir. Okay, sir.
Sir, can you stop?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Our sincere thanks to our resource person and all the participants for this patient listening. There is no feedback link today. We will give tomorrow. Let us meet tomorrow 10 a.m. with the same username and password. Thank you. Thank you all.